Hey guys, hey, this is Rana and I'm coming to you today with Reflect with Rana. Hope you guys are doing great. I'm here to do my reflection from the past couple of days. So let's just jump right into it. So guys, we're going to be starting with day one, and our topic, that devotion for the day for that day, is nothing to fear. And the scripture is coming from Psalms 56 verses 3 and 4. And in life we're going to have situations that's scary, right? So at some point in life we're always going to be afraid of something or just have fearful, scary situations, right? But in our scripture today, Psalm 56, it basically is telling us that we should not be. And what are we talking about here? So when we are afraid, we will be, and we know we will be, and we can give but we could give our situation to God and let him take that fear away. Notice it doesn't say here that he changes the situation, but he changes our response to it. So we have nothing to fear, not because scary things doesn't exist, but because God erases our worry and replaces it with trust. So, question for you, what are you afraid of today? Have you truly tried letting go of that fear? Why? Today's a good day to talk to God about that fear, right? And move on from that. Our inspirational message for that day is to live our life with abandon. So connected to our fear, just we're reminded that we have one life to live. So if because of fear, if fear is preventing you from doing something today, I challenge you to be brave and step out. Allow the creativity to be your guide. Live your life as if no one else is watching. Dance if you choose to. Sing out loud if you want. Play in the rain if you want, or not in the rain. But make the kind of magic that dreams are built off. So that's number one. That's my challenge for you, and I hope you take me up on that challenge, because that is something I'm also working on as well. Addressing my fears and just stepping out there. So then we move on to day two, and we're talking about forgiveness. Mark 11 verses 25. So, a lot of times in our relationship with family members or even with friends, you may have one or two people in that group that's not speaking to each other because of a situation, and sometimes haven't even spoken to each other in years. Or maybe that's you. Maybe you're the one in that situation where someone did something that is so truly unforgivable, whether that's abuse, betrayal, or just complete disregard. Other times it could just be some silly misunderstanding where the parties admit that it was silly, but for some reason you continue to be angry with that person and not just forgive them and move on. So what do we gain when we hold on to bitterness? What do we gain when we hold on to anger? We gain nothing, right? So we're reminded that the fact that's often overlooked is that, especially by those of us who seem to like our little balls of anger, we're reminded that God withholds our forgiveness until we have forgiven others. That hurts. So let us encourage one another and forgive and ourselves. So we have to, encourage one another and ourselves as well to believe what Scripture tells us. Together, let's open our hands and surrender our grudges and hate and bitterness and ask the Father to refill us with peace. And then we move on to our inspirational message for that day. And surprisingly enough, it talks about apologies and asking for forgiveness are not the same thing. So saying I'm sorry doesn't make you feel free of guilt. And forgiveness doesn't mean that harm has not been done. An apology simply means that you are sorry for a transgression, and asking for forgiveness shows that your relationship is more important than your ego, and that your hope is to recover the respect that may have been lost because of that transgression. So acknowledgement of wrongdoing is powerful, but the humility demonstrated in asking for forgiveness is when you courageously evoked your greatest strength. All right, so we move on to day 3, and we're talking about grace upon grace. And our scripture is coming from John 1, verses 16. Have you ever had one of those days where it's just a perfect day? Your hair looks great, you nail your work assignment, you say just the right thing and make someone's day, and then you come home to find dinner is waiting for you. It's good upon good, blessing upon blessing. I have many of those days, and guys, I'm very appreciative for it. I don't take it for granted. I'm very appreciative of it. But we're reminded here that, you know, even when our circumstances are ordinary or even difficult, God's love is so full and His grace is so boundless that His Spirit lives in us. Even a flat tire could feel like a blessing at time. So we're reminded that that feeling is guaranteed. We just have to claim it. So our scripture is John 1:16. So do you see God's grace poured upon you on most days? Maybe even today? If so, why not just thank Him for it? And then we move on to our inspiration message for that day. And it reminds us, be done each day. So whether we have a good day or even bad days, we have to finish each day and be done with it. Period. You have done what you could. Some things happen, whether good or bad. It's important that you end that day and remember tomorrow is a new day. So that's where I'm going to leave you guys with. And hope you guys are inspired by this. If you again, if you're new to my videos, you could find me here on YouTube. I'm also on Instagram as well. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys back here next Wednesday. Stay blessed. Bye.